Ever since his debut in 2019, Jordan Poole's had a bunch of highs and lows, and at one point it looked like he was going to be the Golden State Warriors' next franchise player. Unfortunately, that didn't happen as he got traded to the Washington Wizards, where he hasn't been the best. But at the same time, we've all seen what the dude can do when he gets going. So let's talk about how the athlete compares to other NBA players. Poole stands at 6'4", and for a point guard, that's pretty tall, so his height definitely gives him an edge against smaller guards. That said, he only weighs 194 pounds, and thanks to his thin frame, he's not the biggest threat on defense either. Either way, he tries his best to work with what he's got, and that allowed him to be a key player on the Warriors for a couple of years. Unlike many young players, JP's always exuded confidence, and he's never been afraid of embracing big moments and taking risks. He believes in himself, and on many occasions that allowed him to win the Warriors some big games. When you couple that with confidence with his terrific offensive skill set, you've got a dude who's got the potential to be great. After all, Poole's got some solid handles that allow him to drive up to the rim with ease, and his finishing's pretty impressive too. He can score crazy layups and even occasionally slam the ball home, but his greatest strength on offense is obviously his jumper. JP has a solid midi as well as an impressive three-point shot, so when Poole was on fire, he was the perfect player to pair alongside Steph and Klay. Besides that, he can also dish some beautiful dimes thanks to his playmaking abilities. If we talk about his stats, they weren't too great in his rookie year as he put up an 8.8 per average per game. But once Jordan became a sophomore, he became much better as he averaged 12 points per contest despite playing fewer minutes than the year before. Following that, Poole had the best season of his career in 2022 when he averaged 18.5 points across 76 games. And when Steph was out with an injury in March of 2022, Poole was given even more chances to shine, and let's just say he made the most of that opportunity. During that stretch, he averaged 25.4 points per game and even led the league in made threes during that month. JP followed his 2022 season up with a solid 2023 campaign as he posted 20.4 points per game. But in many ways, he wasn't as good as he was during the 2022 season, as his efficiency was terrible in the regular season as well as the playoffs. What's more, his postseason run in 2023 was horrific compared to the terrific performances he put up in the 2022 playoffs. It was a sad turn of events, but the whole situation with Draymond Green played a huge role in Poole's declining production for Golden State. It was clear that his chemistry with Green and the rest of the squad wasn't the best anymore, so keeping all of this in mind, the Golden State front office traded him to the Washington Wizards. Everyone thought Poole was going to be a star in Washington, with Kevin Garnett even calling him the next James Harden. Yeah, KG thought Poole was going to be dropping 25 and 7 every game now and become an all-star like Harden in 2013, but so far, the exact opposite has happened. Jape has been having a tough time scoring buckets, and his struggles were apparent as early as his first game for the Wizards. In his debut, he scored just 18 points while going for 7 from 18 from the field and missing all 6 of his three-point attempts. Not to mention, Poole was a turnover machine as he had 4 turnovers. The Wizards got demolished by 23 points thanks to their star player going ghost, and even though Poole scored 27 points in a win the next game, his performance wasn't anything impressive when you look at his efficiency and turnovers. Poole went 8 for 23 from the field and only made 4 of the 12 threes he attempted while turning the ball over 3 times. Then, in the third game, Washington got dismantled by the Celtics by JP only scoring 11 points on horrible efficiency once again. Washington's got one of the worst records in the league as they're currently 3-20, but there's no doubt in my mind that they'd be doing a lot better if Poole was playing the way everyone expected him to. But instead, the dude's playing like some of the worst basketball of his career, and it honestly doesn't look like things are going to look up for him anytime soon. As of the 14th of December 2023, he's only averaging 16.7 points per game on 40, 29, 86 shooting splits. The worst part is that he doesn't even seem too bothered by his disappointing start with the Wizards. Remember how I told you he exudes confidence? Well, unlike other players who pipe down during such rough stretches, Poole chooses to remain cocky. Just look at what he tried to do against the Grizzlies. With around 7 minutes and 12 seconds left in the first half, Jordan let the triple fly from the left corner, and for some reason he felt like doing his best Steph Curry impression by attempting the no-look 3. The only difference was that Jordan missed everything, unlike Curry. Naturally, people clowned on him like crazy, and they only roasted him more when the Wizards faced off against the Hawks a few days later. The Hawks were destroying the Wizards as they had a 21-point lead with 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. But Poole decided to add some razzle-dazzle and throw a lob off the glass to Kuzma, making everyone think less of him. Fans in attendance booed him while fans on social media grilled him like crazy. Other guards who were drafted in 2019 like Tyler Herro have also had some rough stretches, but they actually try to learn from their mistakes and make sure to have the right attitude going forward. After all, there was a viral video where he could be seen not paying attention to his coach during a timeout. JP only antagonized himself some more by doing this as fans started saying they finally understood why Draymond lost his cool with him in 2022. Things aren't looking too good for the point guard because his scoring was the only thing he had going for him, and now that he's throwing up bricks like crazy, he brings nothing to the table. This is particularly concerning because he hasn't even worked on many of his weaknesses. We all know that Poole can be very out of control when he's handling the ball, and that's why he's such a turnover machine every game. Not to mention, even though he can dish some pretty dimes, his passes aren't the best on some occasions. And of course, this dude can't make the right decisions even if his life depended on it. We saw it with the Warriors, and we're seeing it during his run with the Wizards. Even though taking risks is great at times, you can't keep taking them, especially when you're going through a rough stretch. And unfortunately for Jordan, his weaknesses don't end there because he's also one of the worst defenders in the league. Basically, anyone can score on him with ease, and unlike guards such as Trae Young who tried to get better at defending players, Poole shows no such interest. At this point, Poole's good at absolutely nothing. But the dude's still really young, so I wouldn't go as far as to say that his career's done for good. He has the rest of the season as well as the many more campaigns that are yet to come to turn things around. Subscribe for more NBA analysis videos. See you in the next one.